Hello, I'm Steve Bass. I've been working in sustainable development for 40 years now. And in this first introductory module, we'll be talking about integrating poverty and environment. What does it mean and why do we have to do it? So, if we think about poverty, many people will say this is the biggest problem facing humanity today. But equally, in other offices, in other initiatives, another arena, people are saying the environment, climate change is the biggest problem facing the world today. And in a sense, both are right. And yet, if we treat them separately, we do not resolve the problem. There's a movement to create vast areas of national parks, which will inevitably involve moving people off the land, creating poverty, removing people's livelihoods. Equally, there's a movement in many parts of the world to make money by deforestation, liquidate that forest, raise some income. And clearly that creates problems for biodiversity, and we're reaching tipping points of forest collapse. Those are pretty stark examples. But we can see that if we approach these problems together, we can provide a solution to both. So national parks that embrace the local people who understand how to manage those parks well, because they know the species, they know how to till the soil, they know the weather patterns, they know how to use the water. If they have an incentive, they can make money through sustainable tourism and fruit and fish and medicine enterprises, and conserve biodiversity. If we understand what we're calling the Poverty-Environment Nexus better, we can have a more nuanced solution. We'll be able to distinguish when the environment can be a route out of poverty for some people, if the resources are rich and there's a market for them and they can manage them well. But we'll also be able to see where the environment might be a poverty trap. For example, in urban areas where squatters are living on flood-prone, polluted land. So, this poverty-environment nexus, understanding the links, the positive and negative links, will help us to move more towards win-win solutions than win-lose or lose-lose. And yet, that has not yet been embraced by current decision-making, which tends to take place in silos, sector departments making decisions on their own. Disciplines, very often economists, dominating the decisions. And at its worst, this has created over the years rather bold, magic bullet, single issue solutions that are blind to the other side of the coin and create problems, such as a fixation on carbon for climate change. Carbon alone has led to biofuel plantations that push people off their land and don't conserve biodiversity. So, an integrated approach is the only logical way to solve these linked problems. Since 1972, most international agreements on sustainable development have called for an integrated approach. From Stockholm, the first conference on the human environment, to the Rio Earth Summits, to the Paris climate change meeting in 2015, all call for integration. Moreover, with societal pressure, with improved understanding, new approaches to development potentially embrace poverty and environment, like inclusive green economy, like low carbon development. And in response to this, there's been a lot of innovation with individual countries, helped by programs such as Poverty-Environment Action, to look at integration in decision making. A lot of history of what you might call horizontal integration, where the different sectors work together on a problem. And now a coming together of different disciplines who have a different lens on complex issues. So this notion of horizontal integration in decision making has come to the fore. Vertical integration too. It's become quite a norm that national policy making now needs to have input from what people call the bottom up, the societal demand, the understanding of what people want and can do at local level. So top down and bottom up work together better. And there are forms of what you might call activity integration, where we get nature-based solutions to the big challenges of the world today, such as climate change, nature-based solutions that work with communities. When a problem is as multifaceted as poverty-environment problems, you cannot have single solutions. It's a system rule. For every system dimension, you need to add a solution. So for climate change, for example, we have technological solutions, but we have also to have behavioral solutions. So it's bringing these together and understanding them all to make decisions that produce an integrated approach. That's what we're looking for, and that's what subsequent modules will be talking about, the tools, the methodologies we can apply to ensure an integrated approach to poverty and environment.